Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Monday, the 20th of November, 2023. Yes, if you can believe it, it's Thanksgiving week here in the United States. It is almost Christmas time. Time is flying. Holy crap. But things are going good, right? Things are going well. Lots of great games, lots of fun content. I'm having a great time. I hope that you guys are too. On today's show, well, I think what we should do is today we should just talk about drama all day. I'm in the mood. I think that today we should just suspend all fun and instead talk about drama. Or we could do the opposite. I think today we will do some game news. Today we will reopen the viewer suggestion box. And we will take suggestions from all of you who painstakingly gave them to me last month, and we really haven't had that much of an opportunity to really delve into them yet. Okay? So we'll do that. And, of course, we're going to recap a little bit about what I did yesterday and what's coming up this week, because this week is a very special holiday week with not one but two different days of holiday fun. All in all, great stuff coming up. And, I'm in a good mood today. I'm energized. I'm ready to go. A full day of gameplay today. Continuing on with the awesome Super Mario RPG Remake, and some more Street Fighter 6 tonight, where I'm going to, again, be focusing on Dalsim and trying to get better with him, and seeing, how I can do. I think it's going to be a good time. I think today will be a good, solid streaming day, okay? Excuse me. My lingering symptoms are almost gone. Still have a little bit of a tickle in my throat. Yes, still have a tiny bit of nose issue and some nasal drip, but leaps and bounds better than how it was over 3 weeks after the cold originally started, if you can believe it. Yeah, it's still lingering, so definitely one of the most long-lasting colds I've ever had in my life, but at least I'm pretty much back in almost full capacity. I mean, every day I've been here, and I sound almost normal, right? Every once in a while I cough or something, right? So not that big of a deal. Anyway, I just want to say, as a follow-up to yesterday, before we get into the new stuff, as you know, yesterday on the show, I addressed drama for good reason, because there was a big lingering question if I was going to do an interview with Turkey Tom, a YouTube content creator who had just made a documentary about me over a week ago, and it was back and forth, and I had taken in all your feedback, and I gave my full answer on that yesterday and explained fully in detail why I'd come to the decision that I had. So if you want that explanation, that was pretty much all of yesterday's show. All right? And I just want to say thank you again to everyone who gave me feedback, because, again, overnight I got more feedback. I actually had people write me heartfelt messages of thanks. Yes, saying, thank you so much for making the decision that you did and staying out of drama. You have successfully avoided... Someone actually wrote me this email. They said, you have successfully avoided a minefield. You have literally dodged the bullets. Matrix dodged. And this is good. This is showing that you have growth, that you're learning, that you're not making the same mistakes. So there you go. I agree, actually. I'm happy to be here in a non-drama capacity, covering games, news, chilling with you guys, enjoying the biggest season of the year for me, because this is the season of new games, holiday fun, all good stuff, right? While other people are scrounging around for content on YouTube, basically just doing, as I said yesterday, a circle of drama crap in order to try to have something to talk about because they have no legit content to make. I'm overly inundated with stuff to do. We've got multiple playthroughs. We've got other games on the horizon already lined up. We can't even agree on what you guys want to see me play. We got holiday events coming up you guys are very excited for, and I'm excited for. This is the best time of the year. Why do I need to waste my time with drama when I'm in the midst of the most positive time of the year, right? And that's the difference between me and those kind of people. So, excellent. Thank you all for understanding. And thank you all for your feedback. Definitely that feedback absolutely helped me to make the right decision, and I appreciate that. Moving forward, let's now talk about what happened yesterday on the streams and the schedule for the week, the special events coming up. We got news, we got suggestions. Let's do it all. All right, should be a good day here. So, yesterday was React Day, and I was over on my sister channel, DSP Reacts, and we did the show DSP versus the Internet, where I react to clips that are submitted by you, the members of that channel, and it went really well. Basically, good variety of stuff. There was stuff about American Thanksgiving, stuff about Black Friday shopping, just in general, gaming stuff, comedy stuff, animations. It was a good mix. There was some weirdo stuff there too, but when you have a mix of content, it works. The show ends up being, flowing and everything. And I really enjoyed the show yesterday, so I hope that you all give it a look. The channel is youtube.com/@DSPReacts. Three parts are live out of the 6-part show. Every day a new part goes live. And if you are a member over there, you get to watch the show in its entirety, the archive stream right away. And it's members over there who submit clips for next week's show. So I would strongly urge, if you are someone who enjoys that content, if you could support it in some way, becoming a member is a great way to do that. All right. By the way, I am trying to build that channel back up, and when I say that, I mean literally missing 1 week, being sick. That 1 week at the end of October and missing one show really hurt the channel. I went from having like 130, 140 members down to under 100, and basically the profitability of the channel fell off because of one missed week. I'm trying to build it back up. The good news is later this week, we got special events coming up that are holiday themed that will be uploaded to the channel and streamed on the channel. So I'm hoping this will help to build the channel back up to a better capacity. We will see. Okay? Anyway, hold on. Last night, we returned to Starfield for the first time in over a month. And you know what? I'll be honest, I had a good time. The plot of the game is the best part. And there was 2 hours of solid just plot, although there was combat and there was some looting nonsense. And it's funny because now I'm at the part of the game I'm like, I literally don't need anything. The only thing I need is ammo. I don't need any items for crafting or anything. They're all worthless. I don't even need money. I'm never going to spend it on anything. So I don't need the lockpick. The only thing I need to do in the game is loot ammo and complete dialogue trees. Like, that's literally... Okay, and loot healing items. So healing items, ammo, dialogue trees. That's it. So I skipped, like, a bunch of the area. Oh, here's a chest. Here's a door. Just fucking skip it. There's no point in opening it. I'm never going to use what's in there. I never do. So I did, and it worked out fine. It literally worked out fine. I was like, oh, okay, we'll just keep doing this. So it was 2 hours of progress, and interesting plot developments. In the plot, we found out what happened to the planet Earth and why it's destroyed in the world of Starfield. And from what people said who knew Starfield, likely 1 to 2 streams left to beat it. Maybe 1. I might be able to beat it in just 1 more stream, or it may take 2, depending. But I'm happy that we're nearing the end. Once I beat the main story, then I can actually properly rank and review this game at the end of the year for my Game of the Year award / most disappointing games of the year countdowns. If I didn't do that, I felt like it would not be fair. Like, how do you properly rank a game when you didn't even see the end of it, right? So that's why. I mean, I already invested 40 an hour at 42 hours into this game. I want to see how it ends. So we'll see. Moving forward, next week, we're going to do it as a night stream randomly. One stream next week, and we'll see how it goes, okay? So anyway, that went well. Now, yesterday was not a great day for support. Just being honest, you know, we got a few members here. We got a few members over on DSP Reacts. Luckily, we did get it back up to 100 members, which was nice to finally hit that milestone again. You know, I didn't even hit a tier 1 tips goal on any stream, but I'm not going to sit here and freak out about it. It's just a slow day. It happens. And I knew between the React show, which typically doesn't get great support, and bringing back Starfield, which no one was asking for, that it was going to be a slower day. I'm hoping that today we'll get back on track. Right now, today, we're going back into new stuff you guys want. So let's talk about that. Today, it's Super Mario RPG Remake. When I played this on Friday when it came out, it was really good. There's some choppiness in the frame rate for sure. But outside of the choppiness of frame rate, the graphics are good. The music remixes are great. The gameplay elements are sound because they always were. You know, they didn't redo the game or anything. This is the same game from the 1990s, and it plays really well. I'm enjoying the game so far. I hope that you guys are too. Today, 3 more hours of that as we continue on with the game and have fun with it. So I hope that you will stick around and have a good time with Super Mario RPG. Keep in mind, it's a turn-based RPG. There's ample opportunity for discussion and conversation and chill fun, as opposed to me being hyper-focused on the game. It's that combo, the unique combo of me talking with you guys and hanging out while we're also enjoying a new release. So I hope that you will be here for Super Mario RPG today, okay? What is this? What is this creature that has appeared? You've invaded my workspace and home. Who are you? What the heck is happening here? I have to contact the authorities immediately. This wild creature has broken into my abode and it has photobombed my stream here. Like, what? Ugh. Apparently he's trying to brush my teeth as well. What are you trying to say here? Jasper, you nut. Hijacking the stream. There we go. Jasper Kitty hijacks the stream this morning. Very nice. Excuse me. Okay, so, yes, a fun stream of Super Mario RPG today, all right? Then tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we continue with Street Fighter 6, which I brought back on Friday after a month hiatus from the game. I brought it back and I said I was going to use Dalsim. Why? Because I decided that if I was going to bring back Street Fighter, I wanted to do something fresh and new. I didn't want to just go back to the same characters I'd been using. You know what I mean? I want to do something different. And bringing Dalsim in, I think, was a great idea because now I'm much better at the game. I'm better with Dalsim. I've watched top players use him. I've learned strategies that you can use to be good with him. I've got some of the execution down that I can do some of the things the top players are doing, right? And he's just so different from the rest of the cast. He's a keep-away character who actually has some pretty good combos as well. Right, Jasper Kitty? He's purring. So, when I played him on Friday, it went really well. Now, I did all casual play on Friday because I was trying to get better at the game and trying to get back into the swing of things. It's funny because after that session on Friday, which, by the way, I did well. It was 35 wins and 22 losses, so way more wins than losses with Dalsim. I actually was beating diamond-ranked players, which is hilarious. You know, I'm not good with Dalsim yet, and I'm beating diamond-ranked players in sets with him, which is hilarious. So anyway, it was all casual play. Tonight, I likely will do more casual play, but maybe at some point we will decide to jump into the ranked and see if what my ranked placement matches would be. We'll see. We'll see how it goes tonight. But again, being that I've put almost no time into Dalsim, I do want to try to learn more combos and basics. And I'm going to try to implement some more stuff tonight. Like, there's two interesting, one better combo than what I was doing, and some interesting strategies. You can actually, drive rush with him to do a mid-screen anti-air. And if you hit that medium punch, you could juggle after. You can go medium punch, flame, super. And it does, a giant chunk off the opponent's energy. And, it actually mind fucks people. Because they're like, dude, I can't jump on Dalsim from anywhere. No, you can't. He can really just destroy you when you're in the air. So, for me, I want to get better. I want to get better with execution and everything with him. I think it's going to be a fun night. Hope you'll join me for Dalsim and Street Fighter 6 tonight. Okay? Then tomorrow, excuse me. My shoulder hurt all of a sudden. Then tomorrow, it will be the return of, excuse me, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer on the first stream. You guys really loved the Modern Warfare 3 stream I did on Saturday. I did too. You know, daily challenges are fun to do, and then you jump into whatever you want to do, and I've been really focusing on a sniper rifle and getting better with it, and I'm very much enjoying myself in that regard. And Jasper, no. Wait a minute. Hold on, everybody. Jasper Kitty, what do you think you're doing? This is not acceptable behavior, and you know that. You're not to chew. Hey, you're not to chew and bite the wires, and you know that. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. It's nonsense. He knows he's not supposed to do that. He's trying to get my attention. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer should be great. I really enjoyed the game so far. I love the sniper rifle and now auto-shotty gameplay that I'm doing. Will I stick with that the whole stream or not? I don't know. You know, we do have to do daily challenges, but it should be a good time. And then Tuesday night, more Like a Dragon Gaiden continuing on. This game has been perfect for a late night chill stream, and I'm definitely looking forward to more of it. So, that's the streaming week. I'm off on Wednesday. Why am I off on Wednesday? Well, Thursday is American Thanksgiving. It's a holiday. So because it's the holiday, I will be doing one stream. It's going to be the podcast, and then we're going to have a chill session where we talk about Thanksgiving and traditions, stuff like that. And I'll be talking about, you know, what I'm going to do with my wife that day and what kind of food I used to make or used to eat when my parents would make, and all kinds of stuff there. And then we're going to do some fun stuff like the tier maker, ranking foods for Thanksgiving and deciding what are the best foods overall for Thanksgiving and what aren't so good. We're also possibly going to do a questionnaire. There's like this questionnaire that is interesting because it's around Thanksgiving. It's about the history of Thanksgiving and foods and all kinds of stuff. And we can basically see if anyone can get the answers right, because I don't think I can. But it should be fun. We're going to do like a Thanksgiving chill stream. Okay, nothing major. No, you don't have to do gameplay or anything if people don't want. I mean, the most I would probably do is some Street Fighter. That's about it, okay? So that's going to be Thursday's daytime stream, a chill Thanksgiving Day stream. And then no stream on Thursday night. Why? Because I'm going to be celebrating with my family. We'll be having a nice big Thanksgiving meal together. Probably my wife and I will relax and watch some stuff and, you know, maybe have a drink or two. You know, we'll see. But it's going to be a nice holiday. Then on Friday the 24th, this Friday, it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Adpocalypse 2.0, second year annually that I'm doing an Adpocalypse marathon. Now, I need to clarify something. I'm going to stream it here on this channel, DSPGaming. Why? Because I feel like this marathon, all right, has been based on DSPGaming the whole month. You've been nominating ads here on DSPGaming. So it makes sense that we do the marathon here. But even though I'm going to stream it here, okay, I'm going to record it in chunks and upload it to my React channel, DSP Reacts. Because it's not gaming content. But I feel like for the special holiday, it should be on this channel. Plus, I get the feelings that people might come by and be like, hey, I want to support during the marathon. And they're going to want to support with members here. They want to see these numbers boost, right? So, even though it's technically on-demand content for the React channel, I am going to stream it here. I know that's confusing, but I think it just makes more sense. Excuse me. I think it just makes more sense to do it that way. So, all day Friday, the 24th of November, this Friday, I'm reacting to ads that you guys have nominated, and you still can submit ads if you want by typing !Adpocalypse here in the chat, or if you go to the community tab of this channel on my main channel page, the post is from the beginning of the month. That's the open thread. You could submit ads. If you're a channel member, channel members get priority. We're going to go through channel member submissions first, and you could do that by just going to the members tab of this channel on the main channel page, and you'll see the thread right there from earlier this month. Members can post up there. The more, the merrier. Literally, the more the merrier. And as many ad submissions as I get this week, the better. I'd rather have way more than enough than not enough. See? So please keep submitting ads. Whatever you want to see me react to on Friday. It should be a good time. Also, there's going to be food. I'm going to order some food live. We're going to have a Feasting with Phil episode. I'm probably going to have some booze. Like right now, I have rum, bourbon, tequila, and Kahlua. All saved up from events and things from over the course of this year. So easily, if we get contributions and stuff, I could maybe take a couple shots and stuff like that during the course of the day. We'll see how it goes. But it should be a fun event. A nice chill event all day long, enjoying ads, enjoying each other's company, laid-back party-like atmosphere, nothing too serious, okay? Then, starting this weekend on Saturday, we get back to scheduled gameplay. It'll be Super Mario RPG paired with Street Fighter 6. And then Sunday will be the React show paired with probably Starfield. And then Monday will probably be Mario Warfare 3 multiplayer paired with Like a Dragon Gaiden. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, again, it'll be Mario RPG, Street Fighter 6, and Modern Warfare 3, Like a Dragon Gaiden. See? Now, once we start to get near the end of one of these games, that's when we're going to jump into a new game. And likely the next new game that we're going to start is RoboCop because someone donated it. So that's the next big event thing that we're going to do is RoboCop. But also, in early December, I think I want to say it's December 7th, 8th, is the new Avatar game from Ubisoft, and I am interested in that. So that's what's on the agenda. All these games I'm playing now, RoboCop and Avatar, that's how we're going to head into December, okay? So I hope that sounds good to you. That's good variety. It's good stuff, right? Good fun. And I want to say thank you all for being patient during my illness. Now this month has been a lot of catch up, but I feel like we're doing a good job with that now. And I think we're having a great time. I'm having a great time. I don't know about you guys. Like, I'm really enjoying every single day. Sometimes, I'll be honest, I'll be in the midst of like a schedule and I'm like, man, today's kind of the bum day. I don't really care too much about today. I wish it was tomorrow. I don't feel like that right now. Like, every day that I'm coming to stream and I'm playing games with you guys, I'm excited for everything we're doing. Every game is good. Every stream is good. So I'm getting that cool vibe. Oh, by the way, one other thing too, and this is really cool. Starting this coming weekend with all this holiday events, right? Thanksgiving, Black Friday. I'm going to start with the Christmas stuff on streams, okay? So that means Christmas animations, perhaps Christmas border, Christmas artwork, and I need to decorate for Christmas. So probably during Thanksgiving, maybe Thanksgiving night, I'll come up here with Kat, and perhaps we will decorate the office for Christmas so that the Black Friday Marathon actually has Christmas decorations. I think that would be pretty cool. We have to dive into the closet and see what we have because we have so many. But of course, this is the first year where we got better visuals, backlighting, and everything. So you see, we can make it look really nice. It'll probably be a hybrid. It'll probably be like half Christmas and then gaming, just like I did with Halloween, where one half was gaming and one half was Halloween. I'll probably do something like that so it's not all Christmas inundating the entire setup or anything like that. But we'll see. Okay, it should be a good time. So, all right. All that stuff coming. I hope that sounds good to everybody. Now, before we get into our other topics for today, remember, I see that some people are contributing. Remember, I will do shout-outs for contributions at the end of the show. I always do. Also, please, today, if you like the content that I do, support the streams. All right? So, with all this nonsense going on recently, this drama people are trying to pull me into and all of that, understand that I'm different from a lot of other YouTubers and people. I'm not about making drama or being part of drama to make profit. I'd rather sit here and make positive content for you guys. Stuff that's not harmful to anyone. Stuff that's not going to cause problems for the community. Gaming related, news related, interesting stuff that's fun and productive. Okay? If you like fun and productive content, please support content creators that make it. Alright? There's too many people out there right now who make all the crap. There's enough of them. They don't need extra views and support. They really don't. They're already got enough idiots who watch them. All right? If you like actual positive stuff and you want to see productive content like the kinds that I make, please support this channel. All right? I feel like I'm one of the remnants of that old school mantra on YouTube that if you make positive content, people will come and support it. Not a lot of people even adhere to that anymore. Many people have changed over the years completely the kind of content and the formula they follow just to make sure that they can survive. I haven't done that. I don't take sponsorships, partnerships. I don't get paid to play games. I don't shill products on my streams. None of that. Why? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here because I love games. I have a passion for it. I love hanging out with my live audience and having a good time. That's what I'm here for. If that wasn't the case, I would not be here regardless of how much money it made me. I would be gone. You understand? So that's why I'm here. Please support streamers like me. It doesn't just have to be me, but please support streamers like me who you feel have passion for what they do and are going to do it regardless and aren't going to create negative situations so that they can benefit. Okay? I will say this. All these years, I've said, please, if you're going to support me for the right reasons. Support me because you like my content. Don't support me because you want to stick it to my haters. Okay? Same thing here. Support me because you want positive content. You support this kind of stuff. Not because you're sticking it to the people who make drama, but because you like this and you want to see this continue. Again, I feel like I am one of the last holdouts of people who stuck around making this kind of content, because most people have moved on and changed for the worse. I haven't. I've stuck around being true to myself. So please, if you like this content today, there's many ways you can support it. Number one, liking the content. Put a like on the stream, put a like on a video you watch. Engage. Talk in the stream chat. Talk to me during a gameplay stream. Leave a comment on a video. All of that is engagement. It's free to do. Takes a second. Helps out tremendously. Number two, super chats, super stickers, super thanks. All ways to support this content that is YouTube related. You get a shout out if you do that. You get a highlighted comment if you do the super thanks. I appreciate those. Memberships, huge. You know, at one point I had 650 or more memberships. We're down to under 500. Again, we keep kind of balancing up and down, up and down. Great way to support the channel right now would be becoming a member or gifting memberships to the community. If you haven't noticed, recently viewership's been way up because we're watching or playing all these new games. Now would be a great time to support the community. 'Tis the season to gift some memberships to your fellow viewer. It helps out this channel, but it also helps out everyone else to have all those cool benefits of being a member. Okay? Last but certainly not least is tipping. When you tip me, those are funds that I get immediately for something important. Buying the next game. Paying my bills. Buying groceries for my family. It's very important because it's liquidity and it's things that I need to keep afloat. Because those tips are so important, I have goals that we try to hit every stream, and if we hit them, we get rewards. All right? Now, I try to hit at least the tier 1 goal every stream. I don't do it every day. I didn't do it at all yesterday. It would be great today to make up for that and to hit that tier 1 tips goal every stream I do today. So please consider supporting the content. If you like this style, you think it's better than that drama crap that everyone else likes to push, then please come and support this stream and or all my content, because that's what I'm all about. Okay? Thank you in advance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment. It's everyone's favorite segment here on the Level 1 Podcast. It is time for DSP News. I feel like I want to change the logo's color. I'm tired of staring at this one. Hold on. How about that? Look at that. Nice purple to match the purple setup I have. We'll have nice purple today. There we go. Okay. So, today, do we have ginormous important news? No, we don't. Today, we have a couple quick stories that I'd like to cover. Okay? Story number 1 is interesting because number 1, I don't even know if I should believe it, but apparently it is true. And number 2, it's ridiculous. So, allow me to tell you the story, okay? Anyone remember the game Apex Legends? I do. I mean, it's many, many years old now. I haven't played it in 100 years, right? I played it when it was new. So, what was that, like 4 years ago? Something like that? Or longer? I can't even actually remember when it came out because it's old now, right? But when it came out, it was hot. It was a free-to-play cooperative shooter, battle royale, where a team would try to survive against other teams and in an open world environment, right? So it followed the battle royale formula, but it did some things a little differently. People liked it. It's still popular to this day, which is nice because I think it is a solid game, and I think that it does deserve the support it gets, all right? Unlike a lot of other overhyped games, Fortnite, I do think that this game actually is pretty good, all right? But for me, you know, I played it a few months. I had some teammates. We ended up winning a bunch of battles. It got boring. We're like, what's the point of keep playing this? And we gave up. We just stopped playing it. What's the point of keep playing it? You already seen everything, right? Now, of course, they've had season passes. It still persists to be a popular game to this day, and that's good. It deserves it, okay? But EA is currently under fire and facing incredibly strong criticism. Why? Because apparently they have banned an Apex Legends player for something that they said in the chat, like the global chat, while playing the game. So you'd think, wow, they got banned for something they typed in the chat? That had to be horrible. It must have been like racial epithets, you know, like the N-word constantly, or maybe it was something incredibly sexist and biased. Maybe it was like a death threat, right? You know, something absolutely god-awful. Because to be banned from EA. And by the way, I should say this. This is not just a ban from Apex Legends. Listen to this. You can no longer play EA games on this account at all We removed all payment details from your system so you will no longer ever be charged again. They basically took this person's EA account and permanently banned it from any EA game ever. Imagine if you had an account and you played a bunch of EA games. You can't even use this account ever again. You got to make a whole new one, start over, right? So any progress you ever had in any EA game, erased. Access to all EA games that you had on that account, denied. Huh? Yeah, from what people are saying, the person is banned from all games, meaning even if they bought games on that account digitally and it was linked to them, they can't play those games anymore. EA somehow said, fuck you, and banned them from all games. Okay? I want you to think about that. That's pretty crazy. When you bought a game, when you bought the license to the game, did you agree in the license agreement to that they could ban you from said game, even if it's a single player game, right? Huh? So I want you to think about that. Now you might say, all right, that sounds really ridiculous, right? What did they say? Here it is, because I'm staring at the screen right now. While you're viewing your account, we saw in Apex Legends, the person's name is The Van 3D. In the global chat, they said STFU. And it says, we consider this to be harassment, permanent ban. Now, obviously, this is going to raise some red flags, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? Now, very much, maybe this isn't the case. Maybe there's something else that happened, but that's what EA flagged and said that's the reason why your account is permanently banned. So it's like, what? If you're going to ban someone, you have to be clear why you did it. Or do you? Because, guys, I've had the exact same thing happen to me. Remember? Remember when I was on Twitch, and I was part of the Twitch Partner Program, and right in the middle of a stream, all of a sudden, what happened? All the other subscriptions are disappearing. Everyone's subscription icons are changing. Everyone's like, what's going on? And the next thing you know, the subscriptions disappear. Huh? Oh, Phil, I can't super chat anymore. Or back then it was cheering. I can't cheer anymore. What? And I go and check. Oh, you've been removed from the Twitch Partner Program. Huh? Why? Hate speech. Hate speech? Like what? What are you talking about? Oh, we're not required to disclose that. We don't have to tell you anything. What? You violated a contract you have with me. The contract outright says that I have a right to make money on your site if we have this legal agreement, which we have in place. Yes, it says you have the right to terminate the contract if I violate your rules. You're saying I violated the rules, but you're not telling me how, and you have no evidence that I did. And now you're telling me legally you have no actual reason to do that. Yes, you do. If I went to court against Twitch, they would have to prove in court that I violated their rules, or else they legally violated their agreement with me. They'd be liable for damages and all the lost revenue that I should have been making streaming with them. You can't just do that. All right? You have a legal agreement. Okay? So, EA, right, if they actually banned this person for something else that wasn't STFU, all right, but they said that it was STFU, that's illegal. You have to actually disclose legally what's really going on. You can't lie. You know, that'll never hold up in court. And this is just a problem with these companies. Now, it seems like these companies just feel like they can do whatever they want. Because their attitude is, well, who's going to sue us? Realistically, we're a big company. We're full of millions and billions of dollars. Who's going to touch us? We're untouchable. So we could just use and abuse everyone underneath us and just, you know, do this kind of stuff. Now, there very well could be that there was absolutely heinous stuff that happened. This person could have been doing absolutely heinous things. Saying awful things. Death threats, right? Sexual, racial, who knows? It could have been anything. And literally that could be the reason why they banned that person. And that's fine. But you have to disclose that. You can't just lie about it and say, oh, we got, STFU. No, you can't do that. And if this is true and they did ban this person, right? It doesn't make sense, because are you telling me then that no one can ever talk in the chat for fear that they're walking on eggshells? STFU, it's an abbreviation. They didn't even swear, right? They didn't even swear. You might as well just ban them for saying WTF, right? It's the same thing. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It wasn't personal. It wasn't even really directed. It was a general thing said in the chat. How is that a bannable offense? And again, this isn't a warning. This isn't a slap on the wrist. All right? This isn't a big deal where it's like, oh, here you go. This is, you're permanently banned and all other games you ever bought under EA are inaccessible. That's wild. Okay? So, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. But you want to know the truth? I feel that this is not really what happened. Because this kind of stuff happens all the time. Okay? I feel that this likely was a situation where this person was probably an offender over time. They probably had done bad things in the past that they had already gotten, like, levels of maybe warning or suspension. And this was the one that was like the last straw. EA just wanted to get rid of them. They thought that they were, oh, here's a bad actor. Let's just get rid of them, right? Levels of escalation, as they say. But in this case, say that, right? Why were you banned? Because you did this and this. You didn't learn. You keep up the bad behavior. We've had enough. Enjoy your ban. Versus, oh, you said STFU in the chat. That's not the truth then. That's a half-truth or a partial truth. That's not the whole truth. These companies need to be held accountable. They need to be transparent when they are taking moderation action. When you are punishing someone in a legal way, because this is a legal way they did it. This wasn't, oh, a slap on the wrist, a temporary ban. This is, you no longer have access to things you purchased. We're taking away access to things you bought with money, right? You need to justify that action. You can't just say, it's no big deal. It's all just fun and games. Fuck them, right? You can't do that. And these companies need to be starting taking a task and start taking shit seriously. Because, it's consumer protection is what it is. Listen, this guy, this Apex Legend player, might very well be the most vile person on the planet. Okay? I get it. But at the same time, sorry, I got to stand up for consumer protections. I've been the victim of being mistreated by these kind of companies, and they don't think they're accountable. They are accountable. All I needed to do was be richer and bigger, and I could have sued the shit out of Twitch, and that would have been the end of that shit, because I would have won, and I would have made a lot of money. But that's what I mean. Like, they think they can just get away with it, because out of every person that they treat like that, what, is one person out of 100,000 going to sue them, right? And that's not right. It's just not right. The little guy shouldn't be stepped on. Even if the little guy's an asshole, they still have rights. And they should have the same rights as everyone else. You know what I mean? So, it's bullshit. And I got to stand up for consumer rights. Sorry, EA, you fucked up. If you really ban this guy for saying STFU, I mean, what are you, out of your fucking mind? Every person who says the F word will be banned forever from your games? Well, I guess you're going to have to ban 90% of your player base then. So enjoy having 10% of your customers from now on. Because you're a bunch of fucking idiots. Okay. Before we continue, I need to blow my nose. So allow me to do that. I'll be right back in a minute. I'm back. Okay. Our other story for today is not really a story, but everyone is acting like it is. You can always tell when there's a slow news day when something like this becomes a story. All right, you ready for this? For the first time ever, Xbox is on track to surpass Sony PlayStation in regards to overall sales and performance. So essentially, it's going to be Nintendo, because Nintendo's always on top. So it'll be Nintendo, Xbox, Sony. All right? And people are reporting this as a story. This is a story. It's a big story. Xbox surpassing Sony? That hasn't happened in multiple console generations. How could that possibly be? Because it's not a real story. It's bullshit. And basically, I'm tired of bullshit stories in game media on slow days. It just proves that a lot of them are a bunch of fucking hacks and they should not have jobs for the way that they report shit. The reason they're reporting this, are you ready for this? Is because, take a wild guess. Why do you think Xbox would all of a sudden be surpassing Sony financially? Right? Why would that? Perhaps there was something going on, just perhaps, that maybe involved Microsoft and Xbox recently that perhaps could change the financial situation of these companies. You know what I mean? Gee, I wonder. So, of course, I'm going to tell you, Microsoft just went through with the purchase of Activision Blizzard. It took forever. It was over a year's process being battled out in the courts, but it was finally stamped, go ahead, all full speed ahead, and it's about to go through. So what's happening is the financials of Activision Blizzard and all of their profits for the year are now actually going to show up on the balance sheet or the spreadsheet or the financials of Microsoft rather than their own standalone company, because they're not a standalone company anymore. So when you add the profits of all of Xbox plus the new Activision Blizzard acquisition and you total it up, oh, look at that. Actually now it's more than Sony, right? Does that mean that Xbox has surpassed Sony? Does that mean that all of a sudden they have blown by them in quality and sales and popularity? Does that mean we're seeing a huge shift in gamer attitudes? No. Literally reporting this story is bullshit. Any outlet that reported this story, Xbox is going to surpass Sony, is a fucking disingenuous bunch of assholes who are going for clickbait rather than reporting any kind of factual news. There's no change here. Xbox didn't get any increase in sales. In fact, their sales this year reportedly are down from last year. The difference is they bought another company. So now, okay, yeah, it's a common sense. Now they're together. Does that mean anything? Of course it doesn't. I'm tired of this nonsense. These people misrepresenting shit just to try to push agendas and shit, right? Oh, the future looks bright for Microsoft. But does it? Does it? Take a look at the other companies Microsoft acquired. Bungie, how are they doing right now? Not Bungie, excuse me. 343 Studios, who took over for Halo. How are they doing right now, right? What about the companies making Redfall? Wow, they look really good. And I forgot the name of the company. Arcane Studios with Redfall. Wow, they're looking really good right now, aren't they? Right? Bethesda. Oh, yeah. That much acclaimed, across the board, beloved Game of the Year contender, Starfield, right? Sarcasm, sarcasm, sarcasm. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these companies that Microsoft has acquired either have faltered and not proven to be worth the money and or worth their time, or they haven't even come out with a fucking product yet. Right? So how are you going to tell me, right, that this is a good sign because they bought Activision Blizzard, that this is somehow going to benefit them and turn them around? Did you not notice that Activision Blizzard is under fire? That Activision Blizzard is being, even their games as of late are being heavily criticized for not being so good, for being underperforming. Did you not see what happened with Diablo 4, right? A lot of people said Diablo 4 is one of their most disappointing games of the year. They were expecting it to be on par with Diablo 2. It was not. It was completely underwhelming. Most people don't like the changes and updates, and they're just very disappointed with this game. So, what the hell does it mean that their numbers are up because they bought another company? Absolutely nothing. It's a non-report. Any news outlet that reported this as news is not a legit news outlet. They're just looking for clickbait, and they're not worth your time. Okay. Ladies and gents, that was DSP news for today. Now, we have a little bit of extra time. What I would like to do, at least with a little bit of extra time, because we have a couple shout-outs to do so far, not too many. But with a little bit of extra time we have, I would like to delve back into the realm of the suggestion box. Maybe for like 20 minutes here, while we have some time, okay? This is a thread that you guys posted up in over the course of October, and what we've been trying to do is go back to this thread once in a while to get ideas, okay? Okay. Now, let's do it, okay? Perhaps a fundraising stream once every 3 months where you ask all your members to decide on a charity they would like the funds to accumulate to go toward. You could gain a much better following from not only other donors of the charity, but also around the internet in general. Over time, I believe you would achieve an impressive amount of growth in viewership and a much more diverse community. The possibilities of giving so much back are endless, I'm quite sure, being that you have such a positive group of supporters, they would be on board. This is just a thought. Okay? So, charity is the idea. Now, first off, all right, I have an incredibly large group of negative hate watchers who follow me all around. Okay? They would do anything they possibly could at any moment to ruin something like that. So, in order to even consider to plan any kind of a charity event, it would have to be a situation where it's foolproof. And you might say, well, what does that mean? Okay? It means that this has to be an event that when I'm doing it, there's no way that a bunch of idiots could go out there and find a way to get it shut down or fuck with it. All right? So how could I do that? So I would say, number one, all right, whatever charity event this would be, any funds, any donations raised have to go directly to that charity immediately. We would have to find a situation where I am not a middleman. I would never want to handle any money whatsoever that has to go to a charity. All right? There's just too many problems there. There's problems when it comes to claiming the income for tax purposes. There's problems of people who are going to obviously outright say shit like, oh, Phil lied and didn't give the money to the charity and shit like that, right? So we would have to figure something out so that it would have to be a foolproof, direct donation scenario. So maybe there are ways to do that. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to say, oh, you're doing a campaign for a charity, and you could create like a web page, and you could advertise that web page during a marathon stream, and if people want to contribute, they contribute to the web page. The web page will show how many people donated to the charity specifically and stuff like that. I don't really know how it works. I've never done that before, you see? So I don't know how that would happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it works. I honestly don't know. But I would never, ever, ever, ever want to be the person who says, I'm going to collect the money and have it sit in my accounts, and then I'm going to give it to charity. That would be the biggest, dumbest move. I'd have to be a complete fucking idiot to do any charity like that. Seriously, I'd have to be superbly dumb, because that's just setting myself up for failure and problems, especially with the amount of haters and shit that I have out there. That would never work. All right? So, the question is, how would it work? I don't know. That would have to be something that's researched and figured out. Now, there's another thing, another wrinkle here. Again, because I have so many hate watchers and assholes out there, like, how do you figure out, seriously, how do you figure out how to pick a proper charity? Because I hate to say it, a lot of people feel that a lot of these charities are fake and or they're not as charitable as they claim. You know, you got a charity that looks well-intentioned, sounds like a good idea, you raise money, you give it to them, and then you find out 6 months, 8 months down the road, oh, by the way, they keep 85% of contributions, and they claim it's operating costs. Only 10%, 15% of what you actually raised goes to help people. The rest just goes to keep their company running. And it's like, wait, what? Now, obviously, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I intended. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever we would look into, if we were going to do something charity, would have to be something reputable, something where you know that a lot of the money that's being raised is going to go towards the actual cause and not just to fucking have people get paid. You know what I'm saying? So, this is what I mean. There's so many things involved in a charity event that a lot of people don't think about. A lot of people just think, oh, charity event, just fucking turn on your stream and raise money and you're done. Oh, it's so good. Why don't you just do it? Right? Because it's not. It's very complicated. All right? Here's another wrinkle. And this is something that people probably don't even think about. All right? You guys know about the amount of hate that I get on the internet and the amount of slander. You also know that most of it's bullshit. Yes, some of it is based on nuggets of truth. But for example, 2-3 years ago, there was this internet campaign by my hate watchers to get me kicked out of anything possible. So they formulated a whole package, like a whole like promo video of really toxic, negative stuff about me. And most of it applied to like 10, 15 years ago. It doesn't apply to modern day Phil of anything in the past 6 to 7 years. This is like old Phil back in the day. You know, some of the racial jokes I used to make. Yes, that stupid Nazi joke that I made that's infamous that I've apologized for 1,000 times. So they turn this into a package and they send it to companies. Why would you want to do business with this man? Look how awful he is, right? And look what happened. I got kicked out of several different companies, literally for things that I did 10, 15 years ago, okay? What's to stop them from doing that with a charity, right? Are you really going to accept funds from this man? Look what he's done in the past. And there's a situation, a serious situation, where charity could get a bunch of complaints and say, well, we're not going to take this seriously. We're going to ban this guy. He's not going to be able to raise charity for us because we don't want to accept funds from someone who's considered someone like this on the internet, right? Even though the things they're saying about me are not valid in the present day at all, they're not representative of who I am or anything, they could do that, right? And I would not be surprised if that's exactly what would happen. Like, let's say I announced today that I was going to do, a child's play charity. A child's play, for those who don't know, you raise funds and it goes to buy, like, video games for kids who are very deathly sick in the hospital. And they just want something to do to distract them while, sadly, they're going through this crazy, treatments or life-saving maneuver, whatever it is, right? And it's a valid charity. People have raised lots of money for this, and kids, trying to go through horrible times in their lives. So what if I said that's what we're going to do, right? And so here's the page, and immediately they start bombarding child's play. Oh, you're going to have this guy, this vile guy do it, and here's all the things he's ever done wrong. I could literally be turning on the stream midstream and be told, sorry, we're not accepting it because we got too many people complaining, so we're turning it off, right? Right? So here's the deal, all right? You say, why don't you just do charity? Well, first of all, I don't even like how this guy suggested it, because you heard what he said. Oh, if you do charity, it's going to make you look good. It's going to bring more positivity. More people will see you in a positive light. That's not why you do charity. All right? I've told you, I was raised Roman Catholic. All right? Roman Catholicism teaches that charity is something that you do as a sacrifice. All right? It means that instead of doing something that benefits you, you actively seek to give your time, your money, your belongings, whatever it may be, you sacrifice something to help others. It's supposed to be you're taking away from something that you could better be doing that would help you, but you give it to others instead. It's self-sacrifice. Since it's a self-sacrifice, it means that it's not supposed to benefit you in any way, shape, or form at all. All right? So the moment that I would say we're doing charity, right, here on the stream, that's something that benefits me. Why? Because people might say, good guy Phil. He's going to do this. He's going to actually do the right thing, and he's going to raise funds for so-and-so and so-and-so. But then people start to, that's good of him. And that benefits me. It does. So immediately, that's not charity. Immediately, you could say that's philanthropy. That's different. That's a different term. You might argue that's philanthropy, but that's not charity. You see? So, I hate to say it, anyone who does these kind of streams is not doing charity. They're doing philanthropy, which is fine. You could call it that. That's fine. But they're lying. Anyone who says, it's a charity stream, it's not a charity stream. You don't know what charity means. You're miscategorizing the word for personal benefit. You're not giving, and you're not sacrificing of yourself. You're asking funds from your viewers to go towards a good cause. Yes, you're giving up your time on a stream or whatever to raise those funds, but you are benefiting directly from it. It makes you look good. It boosts your image. It gives you positivity. It makes people like you more. That's not charity. Okay? So, so, I've told you guys this over the years, over and over and over. I have. If I am going to do something that is charity, I will do it behind the scenes. I will never do it publicly on a stream, all right? Because to me, that's not charity. It's not a sacrifice. It's not something that truly helps. If it benefits me, then I'm only doing it to help me. This is why many, many years ago, I didn't do the Ice Bucket Challenge, and everyone gave me shit for it. Oh my God. People gave me so much shit for it, and it was hard for me to stick to my beliefs and values at that time because I told you guys I didn't want to do it. People were doing that literally for internet popularity. They weren't doing it to spread, the message of ALS. People doing it didn't even know what the fuck ALS was. They were just dumping ice on their fucking head to say they're part of this meme. All right? And I refused to be a part of that. And people hated me for it. But I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking around with this stuff. I know what's real charity and what's not. All right? So, again, if I do stuff, it will be private, it will be behind the scenes, and it will be for the fact that I want to help people, not because I want to get something out of it. Literally, in this person's suggestion, they say, oh, but this charity event will make you look good. Then I don't want to do it. If you want to come to my streams and support me for the content I put out, do that. If you want to support me because I'm a holdout from the old school YouTube that's not about drama and toxic shit, and you like the positivity on my streams, come do that. But I don't want you to come support my streams because I did a charity event and I raised money for St. Jude's or something. That's stupid. That's, again, I'm benefiting because of the misery of others. I find a way to spin that into benefit. How does that make any fucking sense? Okay? And this is the difference between me and a lot of people. A lot of people out there to this day, they love Mr. Beast. They think he's the best person on the planet. I couldn't think of anything further from the truth for me. My belief system is completely against that. All right? It's okay if you like him. Go ahead, watch his content or whatever. I'm not like that, man. I'm not. I'll do stuff behind the scenes for myself to help people. And I do, by the way. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what capacity it is. I'm not going to tell you any of that shit because it's no one's business and I don't want to benefit from it. So I'm not going to talk about it. All right? So that's the deal. All right? It's that simple. If you disagree with that, that's fine. You can go ahead and disagree with it. And do what you want. Do charity, philanthropy, whatever you want to call it in your own content. But please stop putting your morals and values onto me and trying to force me into something that I'm not comfortable with. I already know trying to do an event like this would be a huge can of worms that I'm opening with the amount of hater base and everything that I have all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that level of crap. If I'm going to help people, I'll just help them. I don't need to have it publicly broadcast all over the internet. All right? So there you go. Continuing on. So this person wrote insanely large thing. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like 400 pages. I'm just going to summarize. Number one, shorten your podcast by 2/3 its length. Focus more on gaming. It's the after-tier streams people are there to see the most. It's the place you most likely get support. That's completely untrue, by the way. The level 1 podcast and daily rap should be less combined than a single segment of the level 1 podcast is now. Mix in talking about your day with your gameplay and focus on the stuff that's super important in the podcast. So number one, do what everyone else already does. And number two, make it so that when I turn on a game, I'm talking about other unrelated shit that distracts from the game rather than talk about it in the podcast. No. It's a terrible suggestion. The reason I do a podcast is so we can get through these topics, right? Now, when I play Super Mario RPG, guess what we can actually do? Play Super Mario RPG and focus on the game. Yes, there'll be some discussions and side things, but mostly we'll be enjoying and playing the game. I can be immersed in it. Rather than I boot Super Mario RPG, and because I didn't do a podcast today, someone asked me a question about why don't I do charity streams. So now I spend 25 minutes explaining that instead of playing the game. If you don't see the benefit of having a dedicated show in the morning to talk about these topics, if you don't see that I actually have a dedicated viewer base who watch this show every day, it's like a habit for them, right? I wake up in the morning, I listen to the show, or I listen to it on the way to work, I listen to it during lunch break or whatever. I like the show because of that. I get news from it. I get to learn about Phil and his opinions and all this. And I like to learn about games and stuff. This is a show that has a following. Just because you don't like it, because you like streamers who talk about personal shit during gameplay, do you not understand how different I am from other streamers? So what you want is, Phil, please just change and be like everybody else. No. But thanks for the suggestion. Mix in smaller games with popular new releases while moving into the Halloween season. Now be the perfect time for a game like World of Horror and Indie. No, no one even knows what you're talking about. What the hell is World of Horror? Again, what is these are personal preferences of a person. Instead of saying, here's some really good generalized suggestions that would improve your content, here's specifically what my demands are to improve your content right now. Be like a streamer I already like. Play the indie games that they're playing. No, no, no. Let's get to the next suggestions, because that was really fucking stupid. Okay. More gameplay and less react videos. Well, I wasn't even aware that I did a lot of react videos. Right? Did I do a lot of react? I mean, I do one stream a week of dedicated react content, correct? And yes, I did a lot of movie reviews in the month of October, which I guess could be considered react videos, right? This month, especially because I lost time being sick, I pretty much have only played games and then the little bit of reacting, right? So I did kind of refocus on gameplay this month. But there will be more. Like, for example, there's going to be a special Thanksgiving stuff. They're reacting to ads on Black Friday. So I'm shocked that someone is literally saying more gameplay, less react videos when I put out so few react videos. And the suggestion up to this year was do react content, do react content, do react content. So now I'm doing the react content. Don't do react content. Oh, so I see the pattern here. Just whatever you're doing is always wrong. And then when you start doing what we suggest, it's also wrong. Got it. Play Baldur's Gate 3. We've talked about that. I might in the future. Ignore the trolls. I'm absolutely trying to do my best with that. Okay. This is hilarious. Here's one. Stop begging. I know you don't think you are, but you are. Mention how people can contribute if they choose to only once in an entire stream. Only at the beginning of the stream. Leave it alone. Don't ever bring up goals. Don't ask for any contributions. Don't hint about it either. Because when you watch a television show, they only ever mention products at the very beginning. And then you just get uninterrupted content the entire television show. Right? Right? When you're watching a 5-hour broadcast, you're expected to be there the moment the show starts to know how you can support that broadcast. Right? And if you're not, and you miss out on that, oh well, I guess I'm boned that you weren't there at the very first minute that you were there on the podcast. If the person had said, reduce the amount that you ask for contributions, I would have been like, okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about balance. Let's talk about finding the happy medium, right? Let's figure that out. But literally, this person goes right to the extreme, right? No, you never can bring it up. Never can you do anything. What? Okay, how about this? Get rid of tiered goals. No one cares if you're going to put on a gunner glasses or a hat. Instead, do a goal along these lines. All right, let's see what this suggestion is. Maybe this is a good one. $100 in tips if you get in an... Wait. $100 in tips in an hour will get you an extra hour of streaming. How many times have I explained to you guys that I'm not a 20-year-old guy, I'm not single, I don't sit around at home all day with nothing to do, all right? This is my job, which I'm very dedicated to, and I spend the majority of my day doing. I spend far more time in this office streaming and uploading and working than I do with my family, all right? As it is, on any given day, I probably get to see my wife 2 hours, if that. In a 24-hour day, I see my wife for like 2 hours. And maybe every once in a while around the house in between. But we get about 2 hours to spend together in a given day. I get 1 day a week that I'm supposed to be spending off of streaming. Guess what I do? Grocery shopping, going to get pet supplies, going to the doctor, going to an appointment or a legal appointment, seeing lawyers, all this shit that I've always had to do, I have to do on my 1 day off a week. All right? So now what you want me to do is abolish the goals that are silly and easy to do. You know, toss on some glasses or put on a hat of your choice to be a little silly with my audience. And instead of doing things that are reasonable, because they're things that I could do within the confines of the insane amount of time that I'm already working and streaming, you want me to take away even more of the little time that I have with my family. Okay? The definition of what you just said is called entitlement. It's called that because you think that you've contributed to a stream that you can now dominate my entire life. Now, again, when I was younger, I sat around and I made gameplay videos sometimes for 14 to 16 hours a day. I would pump out a game within 2 days, all right? That was unhealthy. I was not happy. I was fat. I was drunk. I was stupid. I was a workaholic. I had no work-life balance at all. Maybe because you are an entitled viewer, you think that that's a valid, like request. It is, if it's someone who's young and they're willing to give up all of their personal time and efforts for their work. I'm 41 years old and I have a family life now. I have a responsibility to my family to actually spend time with them to keep a household running. This suggestion is incredibly ludicrous. It's so unreasonable that I'm actually now going to skip the rest of your suggestions because the first 2 ones were incredibly stupid. Wow. Let's continue. I mean, wow. That's really impressive stuff right there. I'm really glad that we're going through these. Okay. See, here's the difference is there's some people who can say, like, I would say the charity suggestion was a good one. It was worth going through because what I could do is I could explain to you guys, right, what's going on and why I can't really do that like other streamers or things, what my belief system, why my trolls would ruin it anyway. That was good. Like, I'm happy we went through that. But then when you get to this stuff, these aren't suggestions. You understand? These are demands. Be like everyone else I already like. Play all the games that other people are already playing that I already like. Don't ever ask for a contribution or explain how to contribute to your streams whatsoever. Huh? Even giant megala corporations that run fucking TV, movies, music, YouTube channels themselves don't do that. But I'm supposed to be held to these ridiculous fucking standards. No, you're an idiot. I'm not going to entertain your fucking stupidity. That's really dumb. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. Anyway. We got time for one more, and then we're going to get to shout-outs, okay? We got one more suggestion here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, because I moved my window around and screwed everything up. Okay, I believe shorts are a lot more popular now than they were when they first launched. I think a focus on shorts again, like the channel had when they first launched, would help bring the channel to a newer audience, or maybe bring back in some older fans through the algorithm. It's an idea. And then someone responded, you're right, I think this thread is a perfect for suggesting moments to turn into shorts. My problem with shorts is thus, all right? You may not realize this, but this is true. Most people on YouTube who have a focus on shorts, first of all, are much bigger than me, to be honest. And they have people who work on that for them. They have an editor or someone who literally will go through their content for that day, sometimes taking in suggestions from viewers to say, what would you like to see a short of? And then they break out shorts from the content, okay? I am here from, like 10 in the morning till 10 to 11 at night with a 2-hour break for dinner, all right? During that time frame, I'm streaming an incredible amount of content. Sometimes we'll have a notable moment during a stream, and I'll be like, wow, that was a good moment. Everyone will be like, oh, I'll make a short out of that. Okay, great. Within an hour, I've forgotten about it because I'm doing the rest of the stream. You know what I mean? It's a moment in time that's great to do then, but then it's lost, right? So you're right. I think what I could do, perhaps, to get suggestions for things like shorts is have a submission system where people would be able to, on a daily basis, say, oh, man, something funny just happened on Phil's stream. Let me suggest that for a short, and maybe have a thread where you post that up. You say, hey, here's a short that happened during Phil's Call of Duty stream. It was a really funny moment to happen. I'd like to see that as a short. Oh, man, Phil was playing Super Mario RPG, and, this funny commentary he did, or you got a funny comment from a viewer, and you responded, this should be a good short. And if I have a few suggestions a day, then I could, focus in on that and say, okay, here's maybe 1 or 2 that are good. And either I could work on it, or I could see if there's people out there who'd be willing. I've had people who've been willing to work on shorts for me, but I need the suggestions. My problem is I'm so busy getting through games and streaming and doing this all day long. I don't remember the suggestion. I don't even remember the notable moments because for me, it's just another day. I'm literally playing so much. It's like when people say to me, so what is your favorite game of the year? What was your favorite moment in a playthrough this year? In the last 5 years, what was the best platformer you played? Or this or that. And I'm like, dude, you have to understand that my mind is a jumble. I'm here all day, every day playing games and everything. I don't really remember this stuff. When you guys bring it up, I remember it. If you bring up that highlight, hey, remember this that happened in this playthrough, this glitch that happened in this one, that I remember. But I don't just I can't, you know, I'm already, again, if I was someone who was a big popular YouTuber who had 1 million views within a week, and I had a big money and I could hire someone to be my editor, and this person just sits there in my content, they have access, you know, to all my content, and they could sit there and field suggestions, and immediately when something funny happens on the stream, highlight it. And then at the end of the stream, let me go. I'm going to break it out. I'm going to make that short. I'm going to toss that out there. I'm going to name it with a clickbait title and all of that shit that everyone does on YouTube, right? But I don't have that capability to do it myself. I'm a one-man army, right? I do have help. I want to say this. Shout out to the people who help me. There's lots of people. My moderation team. There are people who make art for me, animations for me. There's people who made shorts for me. All this stuff. I really appreciate that because you see this whole thing right here? Like, no exaggeration, what you see here is the end result of a community. It's not the end result of one man. This is the end result of a community working together to make my streams look this good. Do you understand? And I appreciate that very, very much, okay? But you have to understand that I have limitations. Like, I like the suggestion, but the suggestion works for someone who has a team of people working for them who can make shorts and break it out of their content every day. I don't have that capability. I don't have time for that. I'm already here too much, you see? Plus, I don't remember. Like I said, that's the other problems, too. So, if anyone has an idea how to make that work, I'm all ears. I would love to hear suggestions on how to make that work. That would be feasible. I don't have the ability to do that. You know, I'm sorry. I like the charity suggestion was valid. Had to explain why I can't do it that way, right? This suggestion is completely valid. It's just that, sadly, I don't have the means to do it like other bigger people. Because, again, I guarantee you the people that this person's talking about are big streamers, big content creators. And they make a fucking short and it gets 20, 30,000 views, right? So it benefits their channel. I make a short, it gets a couple hundred views to 1,000. And that's if I even remember what the funny short was. And I submit, you know, have someone work on it for me. You know what I mean? Like, just, it's not as easy as people think. People do think that everything is in life is just so easy. It's not at all. This kind of stuff, it's, you know, for someone like me, again, the difference here is that people just think I'm the same as everyone else. I'm literally couldn't be further from everyone else out there who's a content creator. You have to understand that. Even people who you think are my contemporaries. No, I've always been different. I'm a one-man show. I do all this shit myself, right, every day. And if I'm, you know, I'm very grateful for the help that I get from the people who help me every day, because I wouldn't even be as good as I am without the help that I get. But I'm stretched thin. I really am. You know, it's very hard for me to do anything outside of the realm of what I'm already doing, because I'm already here 6 days a week, all day, full time. You know, how do I have time? Yeah, if I had 3 more extra hours every day, I would scour my streams and videos to find the funny shorts moments and break them out and make shorts out of them. I don't have that time. I'm not single. I'm not in my 20s sitting at home with nothing to do all day, and this is what I do all day. It's not. When I was single and I was in my 20s and early 30s, that's exactly what I did. I sat around all day recording insane amounts of videos and pumping them out nonstop on YouTube. That's how I made my living, and that's how I became so prominent back then. Things are not like that anymore, right? So there you go. So I hope you guys understand, and I'm going to keep going through these suggestions. But what's hilarious is that you get a couple suggestions that absolutely are fair and reasonable, and we can talk about them fairly and maybe consider them. And then you get a bunch of people who are just like fucking so entitled, demanding people. Why aren't you just immediately doing everything that my favorite streamer does? Because I'm not your favorite streamer. I'm not. I'm someone different. I always have been. You know? I can't constantly just do everything what everyone else does. I don't want to do everything everyone else does. It must be different, right? Anyway. Alright. So, we'll get back to that soon. Maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. Right? We shall see what happens. And go from there. But thank you guys. Let's continue. And let's get the shout-outs. So, first contribution of the day was from Captain DCW, who popped his 30-month membership upping animation on the super supporter level. Thank you, Captain DCW, for your overwhelming support. Almost 3 years at this point. Shreebington became a member this morning. Now, that is not considered a new membership. Okay, that must have been like a re-upping or something. They said, do you plan on playing the new Modern Warfare 3 Zombies? I don't see the point. Zombies are, like, fun with co-op, and when you're trying to search for the Easter eggs and stuff. I haven't played zombies in many years. I have no desire to do co-op with people on the internet doing zombies anymore. Like, the people who I used to do it with don't even do it anymore. I know. I don't even see how it would benefit me. Now, if you want us to say, hey, well, it would benefit you, and here's why, because zombies is this and this and that, let me know. But no, I think that my forte is the multiplayer, and when Battle Royale updates with the new Warzone in December, I absolutely will check that out. But I don't think that the zombies is going to be anything that's going to be entertaining for me or the viewership. But maybe I'm wrong. So if I'm wrong, please correct me and let me know why. Cosmos with the first super chat of the day. Are you afraid of the digital future? What if Sony and Microsoft will delete your account? You'll lose all your games. I copied this message from live chat. I mean, that's scary. It literally is very scary because if this is a situation, with this EA situation we just talked about, the person with Apex Legends or whatever, where just because a company doesn't like you or for some reason has got a bug up their butt about you, they can delete all the games you bought? How? I don't see how that's legal. I'm being honest. I just don't see how that's legal. I'm pretty sure that when you buy a digital license to a game, it doesn't say in the terms and conditions, oh, by the way, if you use naughty language that we don't agree with, we'll just take away the game you just bought. I'm pretty sure it doesn't say that. So, that's what I mean. Like, it's going to be a situation where if more of these companies start doing that kind of stuff, there's going to be lawsuits and there's going to be problems. These companies have to be held accountable for their actions, just like if you're holding the person accountable, the consumer, then you also have to be held accountable. Because no, I don't feel at all that this is a situation that's justifiable. If really they ban the guy for just saying STFU, how can you ban him from all EA games he ever bought? Like, what? So, that doesn't make any sense at all. All right? And that's disappointing that happened. And I hope that it's not, I hope that it's not an ongoing situation. Let's put it that way. Okay? But I guess we'll see. But you're right. At any moment, any of these companies can take your stuff away. I mean, if your internet goes out, you can't even access your games, right? That's a problem, too. Okay. Let's see here. I believe... Hold on. Why won't it load? Hold on, everybody. Sorry. Hold on. All right. Well, what I think we'll do a little bit of open Q&A while I try to get stuff to load here. It's not loading properly. All right. Let's do a little. I'm just going to let it sit. Let's do a little bit of open Q&A. If you guys want to tag me in the chat, we'll talk a little bit for the end of the show. And then we're going to jump into Super Mario RPG for the day. Okay. What's going on, Jay? Good to see you here today. Welcome. Jex Gaming says, I think zombies would benefit you on night streams. You can play it solo and do missions. Try to see how long you can survive. It's pretty fun to watch. Hello, Drew Corporation. Derek says, is Thursday night the deadline to post ads? Yeah. Yeah, the night before. Absolutely. Because I'm actually going to be pulling ads. Well, you know, I might do it like I usually do, and I might make a playlist. Because I'm thinking Thursday night, number one, I'm going to have this big meal with my wife. And I think we'll decorate for Christmas. And I'll make the playlist of ads that are available. So that way I'll have it ahead of time. Rather than it being, I have to pull individual ads out of the playlist and hit play on my thing here, which kind of would be a pain in the ass. I think it would make more sense to have a playlist done ahead of time. So I would say probably Thursday night would be the cutoff. Yes. What do I want for Christmas? Dude, I'm 41 years old. I don't think about this stuff. I don't think about anything. I don't ask for anything for Christmas from anybody. I'm lucky if I get anything, right? Here's what I would say. All right? I'll say pretty much the same thing I say every year. I hope that for Christmas, we can all have fun. We can have a special Christmas marathon event that's full of festive stuff, happy, positive stuff, and good times, and we can relax and enjoy the holidays together. And I hope that on Christmas Day, I can have a fun, uninterrupted day with my family that I really enjoy and I remember. For example, this is the only day a year, I'm not kidding you, Christmas Day is literally the only day in the entire year that I completely unplug from work and can spend all that time with my family. That's it. Every other day, I'm either running errands or doing something work-related. Even Thanksgiving, I'm streaming. Christmas Day is the only day. The only other exception there, when I was sick as shit, right? I was so sick, that wasn't enjoyable. So this is like the one day a year that I can enjoy time with my family. Good food, personal time, you know, enjoying just relaxing with my wife and having a good holiday. So the Blimp says, any Christmas movies you're going to review on DSP Reacts next month? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up 2 threads. It's going to be very important. Thread number 1 is going to be on DSP React, and it's going to be, please submit Christmas-related movies and stuff you'd like to see me watch and review this month. And I'm going to try to make an effort to review 1 a week. Okay? Just like I did in October, I'm going to try to review 1 a week, so maybe I'll have like 4 or 5 reviews over the course of December. All right? In addition to that, I'm going to do a thread here on DSP Gaming. And that thread is going to be, nominate your favorite playthrough that I did in 2023. Not what's the best game of the year, what's the worst game of the year. What was the best playthrough that you feel I did this year? And I'm going to have people nominate, and I'm going to actually tally them up. And there's going to be a voting poll that you guys are going to vote on at the end of the month. And then when I do my Game of the Year awards and most disappointing games countdowns, I'm also going to do the fan-voted best playthroughs of 2023. So it's going to have a fan element again. For the first time in many, many years, I'm bringing back the fan element this year. And I think it's going to work well. I think you guys are going to enjoy doing that. So, we're doing both of those. Cosmos did another super chat. Reserve 1 day of the week to playing games like Dark Souls. Don't you think it would get played out if all I do is I play that style of game once a week? Like, I think the reason that those playthroughs work so well is because every once in a while, there's a game that kind of is different from everything else I'm doing. Lies of P was outstanding because I hadn't been playing that style of game, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's super good, right? But if I immediately went from Lies of P right into the Lords of the Fallen, it probably wouldn't have been special or felt special because it's the same style of game twice in a row. So I don't necessarily believe that going from the same to the same to the same, just because you guys like those hyper-difficult games, are going to work. It's going to get played out. That's my opinion anyway. Maybe you could disagree, but that's my... I get burnt out on games. If I play too much of the same style of game or whatever too much, I do get burnt out, you know? Bloom Kit with a super chat. Review Krampus. Mixed Halloween and Christmas. I did see Krampus ages ago. I guess I could give it a second watch. I don't know how much I would enjoy it. Nocturnal did a super chat. Will Jasper get a Thanksgiving tree? I don't know. My wife and I are already talking. My wife wants to get him something special for Christmas. Like, she wants to get him you know how you can get like those like toy sets and stuff like that? We got him one a couple years ago. There was like a stocking, and it was full of all kinds of toys, half of which are missing, and a lot of which we get them, but he ends up always knocking them like under the sofa and stuff, and then we don't get them for like a month. You know, then we clean and we move the sofa, and then we get all the toys out again. So my wife wants to get him like some toys and stuff for Christmas. We'll probably get him stuff for Christmas. I don't know if we're gonna get him anything for Thanksgiving. We'll see. Okay. I received a $20 tip. It looks like it finally loaded. From 1 Minute Man. He says, I think you're right about charities considering your situation. There you go. Thank you, 1 Minute Man. I appreciate that. Thanks for backing me up. A lot of people disagree with my stance, but then again, a lot of people are very different from me. I get that. And that's, you know, I hope that at least if you disagree with me about stuff, you can at least respect my decision. Even if you don't agree with it, you can respect it and understand where I'm coming from. All right? So, thank you for that, 1 Minute Man. I appreciate that. First tip of the day, by the way. Okay. Okay, so guys, I didn't even mention this earlier. I got so wrapped up in stuff. 2 goals for today. Goal number 1, I want to hit 500 members again on this channel. You know, we got to start going in the right direction, heading towards Christmas here. So today, if you want to support the channel, 'tis the season. Consider gifting some memberships. There's going to be a lot of people here watching Mario RPG. It would be great. I'm sure people would accept it. Please consider supporting the channel via memberships. That's number 1. Number 2, I really need to hit the Tier 1 tips goal today. I didn't hit any goals yesterday. All right? Now, I knew yesterday was going to be a slow day, and that's okay. But having 2 slow days in a row is a problem. So if we could hit that goal today, $50, that would be much, much appreciated. Okay, those are my 2 goals for today when it comes to, you know, support. If we could do that. Thank you very much. Okay. Jay's, you're going to go to the casino on Thanksgiving? That's wild that stuff is open. You know, again, I was at the grocery store the other day. Was it the grocery store? Yeah. I was at the grocery store and they're like, oh, we're open Thanksgiving Day. And I'm like, why? Why are you open Thanksgiving Day? Why are you, you know, freaking fast food is open Thanksgiving Day. Why? Liquor stores, convenience stores, they're all open Thanksgiving Day. Why? Close. It's okay to close. You can close one day a year. Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, I think those should be days that everything's closed. But a lot of people just don't, I don't know, it's very weird. Okay. Anyway, Bloomkit did, wait a minute. Bloomkit became a member? Bloomkit became a member, and it did stick as a new membership. Thank you, Bloomkit. Why do we have 547 viewers? What is going on with the podcast these days? Again, I told you guys, I don't look at viewership at all. I don't even look at viewership on my streams ever. I've completely ignored it, so I don't know how many people are watching any game I play. Why do we have over 500 viewers? What is going on? Oh, well, welcome. Anyone who's a new viewer, welcome. I don't know where you came from, but I appreciate you being here. I had no idea there's that many people. Bloomkid says they want people shopping on Thanksgiving who forgot stuff for their Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, but at some point, don't you have to say, listen, there's a level of responsibility when it comes to being like an adult. And if you're responsible for getting the Thanksgiving meal together and having it prepared, if you forgot something, well, you'll live with that mistake. Oops, I forgot the sweet potatoes. Well, then we're not having sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving. It's okay. It won't be perfect, but, you know, it's fine. You don't have to now run out in the middle of Thanksgiving Day and fight with a bunch of people who also are equally frustrated because they forgot shit and duke it out in giant lines at the grocery store on Thanksgiving Day. It's closed. You just deal with it, all right? Now, if you forgot the turkey, you're a fucking idiot. You know? Oh, I forgot the turkey for Thanksgiving. Well, then go eat fucking TV dinner, right? You know, what else can I say? If you're that stupid. Oh, I have no food in the house for Thanksgiving. Well, there's a toilet. You can drink from it. You know, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you're that dumb. You know, you live with the consequences of your actions. If you didn't prepare for Thanksgiving and you don't have stuff, then you don't have it. Okay. All right. What are these takes? You don't like my takes? Am I going to play Street Fighter 6 on Friday's marathon? Friday is the Adpocalypse. No, we're not doing Street Fighter 6 during Friday's marathon. If you guys want to see me do like a little bit of Street Fighter 6 or something on Thanksgiving Day during that stream, I would consider it. But I'm not going to be doing that during the Adpocalypse. No. All right, Derek, I'll see you later. See you tonight. Sounds good. Like a Dragon tonight on the late stream. How do you forget the turkey on Thanksgiving, right? Here's the thing. I could see you bought the turkey, but you forgot to thaw it out. Oops. And that's a problem. Because if you didn't thaw out the turkey, good luck. You'll be baking that shit for all day fucking day, right? That's a nightmare. So that could suck ass if that happened. But if you, how do you not buy the turkey, right? It's Street Fighter on the late stream tonight. It is Like a Dragon tomorrow. Did I misspeak? Some people are saying everyone's confused. It's Super Mario RPG right now. It's Street Fighter 6 on the late stream tonight. Tomorrow, it's Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer and Like a Dragon Gaiden on the late stream tomorrow night. If I misspoke, I apologize. I probably jumbled it. Sorry about that. Because everyone's so confused in the chat. I'm like, what did I say? Oh, boy. What did I do? Wow, people have so many disagreements here. For example, all that matters is cranberry sauce. Bro, cranberry sauce tastes like butt. What kind of cranberry sauce are you eating? I love cranberry sauce. I absolutely love cranberry sauce. One of my favorite things, actually. I like the ones with the cranberries that are in it, and I like the jellied one, too. I like them both. Okay, so you'll be here tomorrow night, Derek. Sounds good. You don't like Dalsim. You hate stretchy Indian people. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Okay. What kind of butt are you eating, says the executioner. Apparently, they're jumping into the ocean spray bog of butts, and they're sucking butts in the ocean spray bog or something, because they're saying that that's what it tastes like, right? Like, wow. Imagine that. You ever see the commercials for ocean spray? It's like the two guys in the bog with the overalls on. So imagine you're in that bog under the water sucking their butt. That's apparently what this person is saying the cranberry sauce tastes like. I apologize. That's disgusting. Anyway. Jasper just looked at me and yawned. He's like, oh, no. Come on, man. He's like, come on, dude. How do cranberries grow? In a cranberry bog? What does that even mean? And why would they call it ocean spray? Cranberries don't grow in the ocean, do they? Alright, now I'm really opening up a can of worms that I shouldn't be opening. Because we're at the end of the show. We shouldn't be having these new topics appear. We should be wrapping it up. Not opening up all new confusing discussions here. Right? The water helps to harvest. They grow. Oh, come on. Stop this right now. Stop that. Don't say that. That's disgusting. Oh, my God. They harvest cranberries with water. Cranberries float, so they flood the bogs. So what you're saying is they'll have like a big, a dug-in area with cranberry bushes growing. And then they'll flood it with water, and the berries will pop off the bushes and float to the top. And then they take a thing and they skirt the water with a net, and they scoop up all the berries. That's how they do it. Is that what you're saying? If so, that's crazy elaborate and probably really fun. Right? That sounds fun. Except if there's like snakes and shit. I mean, there's like water snakes in there, or big ass water bugs. And you're trying to do it like a snake. Like, oh shit! The fuck! Crazy ass giant water bugs. You ever seen those water bugs that go on top of the water? They got like those stilt legs, and they like skirt around, water skirters or whatever they're called, water skaters. They go. Zzz. Imagine that. You're trying to get yourself some fucking cranberries and think fucking whoa right in your face. Like, what the fuck is this? They're fighting you for the cranberries. Oh yeah? Wolf spiders love cranberries. When you flood the bog, they'll run to land. To the people who harvest the berries. Oh, great. So basically you get like a rush of spiders coming for you. Like, ah! How is Jasper? Jasper is good. He's right here cleaning on the floor. Oh, no. There's water bugs called toe biters. Ugh, I don't want to know why. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me, and don't send me pictures, and don't explain. I don't want to know. It's terrible. I've played enough video games with giant bugs. I don't need to see real ones. Okay. Shall we adjourn the show? Shall we wrap this up? I don't think we're going anywhere with this. We're disturbing each other at this point. We're sucking butts in the cranberry bog, and we got snakes going up our pants, and we got bugs eating our toes, so I think maybe it's time to wrap it up. When I get ready for the stream each morning, do I get ready and talk about hot takes on the podcast? No, the hot takes are always off the cuff. I actually research news. Like the night before, and then in the morning, I open up and I look through trends on social media and stuff. I'm looking for news stories to talk about on the show, but that's about it. The hot takes are always just, 100% genuine improv takes, of course. Okay. All right, shall we end the show? I think we should, and we should get into Mario RPG. So thank you all for being a great audience. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, Always a good time on the Level 1 podcast. Man, I really wish that we shortened it to like 5 seconds. It should be a 5-second podcast where I add, all it should be is I turn on the stream and the Level 1 podcast. Hi, everyone. Support the streams. Here's how. All right, let's get to gameplay. And then immediately I boot the game. And instead of playing the game, we talk about news for about 3 hours. Sounds like a great idea. Thanks for that suggestion, by the way. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the show. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay today. And I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about updates on all the stuff I did today. And more. Alright, so thank you all. And I will see you all soon on another fun and festive episode of the Level 1 Podcast.